So here's your page, and you're trying to make the badge so you can start off with the rulers. Give yourself a midpoint to work from, and take the pen tool and just kind of start to make this shape. Just remember, Option is going to let you come down there, make that curve. Option for that one, and Shift key for that. Option Shift to make it a corner point. And when you go into the layers, so you have this, we'll do it from the background, start off. So here's the badge. And here's the path tool. So the working path just for that one is what's that made of. The foreground is black, just fill it. And now then you come back to the layers, you can see this. So you can duplicate it and just go to Edit, Transform, and flip it horizontal. And just hold the Shift key to keep it straight coming across there. And that'll give you the section there, so you can just tighten it up. So that gives you this page, 2 layers that you can then merge together. And let's see if it has the merge right there. So now you have that shape. So the second part is then to make a stroke out of that. So when you select it on a new layer above it, just go to Edit Stroke, and it's already at black, 8 pixels black, and just go to the outside and you can kind of see that piece, or you can go Edit Stroke and put it right on the inside. And you can't see it because this one's in the way, but there it gives you a hard edge all the way across. Okay? And then for the part that has the lines going across the diagonal, take the Shape tool, make sure line is selected. Here's the 8 pixels, and as you click this, you can see how it draws the line right with the pixels. And just hold down the Shift key and it'll keep it at a 45-degree angle. So it gives you that initial selection to cut from. That gives you that initial part coming across. And if it's too far over, just set it a little bit further to center it. And then for the text, just take the text tool, everything is at Helvetica bold, and just go ahead and take that, and just go ahead and rotate it, and hold the Shift key for 45-degree angle too. You can place that right in there, like so. The next step is to try to round off these corners on all these pieces. So to select this, just Command key and Shift key to select the next one there. So now everything is highlighted there. And then just go to Select and Mask. So this brings this up. You have all these options to choose from, but the black and white is where you go. And you can watch the edges here to round them off a little bit. Not too much, and you can type it right in there. Click OK. And now on a new layer, this is going to be the gold band. You can hide these back here. And you can just Option and delete that. And deselect it. So that gives you that particular selection. But you can also just choose the gold color right from here. There you have it. So that's giving you that particular selection. This part's still behind it, so we can work from that. And just duplicate that layer. So now you have these 2 layers to work from. And in this part you can change this to kind of be a close selection to the gold. It's going to give you this little selection here. So bevel and emboss will be the part that comes in there. It's smooth, so just go to chisel hard. You can change the contour of this or keep it straight, and that'll give you that effect there. So it kind of flattens that part together. That's the chisel hard there. You can adjust the gloss contour or keep it flat because you're trying to keep it close to the metal. And then let's see if this part here, that'll give you that edge. So keeping it pretty close as it goes through that part. Okay. This part just kind of making it a red color, so I have this particular red, so I'll just eyedrop it. Then come back to this copy that's here. So here's the gold, here's the background. And just go Option Shift Delete, and that fills it with that red color. There is a pattern of dots, so when you go through this part, just create a black dot just like here. And once it's made, take a rectangular selection, hold the Shift key to make a square, and you're trying to create a pattern, so you'd hide everything beneath it, and just go to Edit and define a pattern. Now if you don't hide everything beneath it, you get everything there, so just make sure you hide all those layers. And let's see, I already have that placed down there, so what you're going to do is take that as a selection, create a layer above it, and go to Edit Fill, and that's the pattern that you have right there, and that fills that piece. Double click on it to go ahead and do the bevel and emboss to create that color on there a little bit. And it gives you that section, a little bit of texture to it. Click OK, and you can always adjust this piece here. And that gives you that background. And then on the gold type, put a little bit of a drop shadow onto it. And you'll be able to see a little more depth into it, like that. And then the last part is just kind of shading it with a little bit, so there's a little extra selection in there. So again, on the part that has the badge, just make that selection and go to Layer New, and you'll create this as a section that has hard light, and just fill this with the gray. So this will be something that you can dodge and burn. Why this is here, just select an inverse to delete all that, and then now you have this part that you can use the dodge and burn tool with. So depending on, that's the dodge tool, so Shift with the letter O will give you the part to burn it with. You can start to shade it, and also dodge it out, so you can make a large selection and bring it down to beat that halo effect. And that'll give you the